are landlords really price gouging, or is the prices of homes just that high right now? As a real estate agent, a landlord myself, I thought it would be very informative to actually sit down and dig into the numbers together. So let's get into it. So I have an example property here, so I don't have to use anyone's personal numbers. So let's say our property is $500,000, which seems to actually be an average price of a 2-apartment home in the city right now. Crazy, I know. So down payment can be anywhere from 5 to 20%. However, if it is an investor purchasing, it's likely 20%, which is a total of $100,000 before closing and lawyer fees. That's just for the down payment. A mortgage is typically 25 years, so we will factor that in. And then of course, Ellie's favorite, property tax. We gotta include that too. A 5-year fixed mortgage right now can be anywhere from 3.5% to 5%. I'm not a mortgage broker, so I can't give you exact details on that, but we are going to use an average and we are going to say 4.25%. I have my trusty notes here if you're wondering what I'm looking at. Using a 4.25% rate, your mortgage payment alone is roughly about $21.60 a month. But for property taxes for St. John's, for 2026, the mill rate is actually 7.3 mils, which is about 0.73% of the assessment value plus your water tax, which will be a double water tax for a 2-apartment home. So your property tax is about $3,650 a year, which is about $304 a month, but you have to include that water tax. So we'll say that's an extra around $1,200 a year, making your payment about, we'll say about $4,800 a year, because I know that's pretty accurate from experience. Now your insurance. Home insurance, if you are using it as a rental, from my experience, it's costing more. So we're gonna estimate about $200. Of course, you have to put money away for maintenance. That could be anything from hot water tank, appliances, plumbing, paint, a leak, anything could go wrong. So let's say we can serve $250 a month for that, because those things are gonna come up and we want to have money put away for it. Now, if a roof comes up, you're screwed, because that's like $20,000. Anyways, vacancy. Let's say we put about $100 a month for vacancy. So let's go for the monthly cost now. So the mortgage is $21.60. The property taxes are $450. Insurance is $200. And then your maintenance reserve, which is $250. Your vacancy rate, which is $100. So that leaves us with about $31.50 a month. So your rental income will use an average of 22 upstairs, 1,500 in the basement apartment, saying that it's a 2-bedroom basement apartment. Your total rent is about $3,700 coming in. So if you take your income minus your expenses, which is now $31.50, you are remaining with, you now have your cash flow amount of $550. Before you say, oh, you're making $550 cash in your pocket every month from this example numbers, let's not forget these things: income tax, accounting fees, replacing the roof, the windows, your mini split that needs to be replaced or serviced, the HVAC if a tenant does damage or doesn't pay. So, I mean, the question is subjective. Are people price gouging? Yes, absolutely. But are some landlords just charging what they need to be able to do this business? Yes. Having rental properties is a business, and if you are cash flow negative, no one would do it. Because if you own rental properties and you live in a house, you have to be able to cover your expenses with a little extra, or it's not worth it. Why would anyone take on the struggle and the time of becoming a landlord and the headaches that come with it without any benefit? I'm not saying that, you're gonna do it and make like a full-time income, but there has to be some payoff to it. So I'm curious, hearing all these numbers, what do you think? Did it change your perspective at all?